Good morrow, lords, ladies, and majesties. I doth bear the name Shasta, and I am here to teach thee how to count back Willow's fair style. So your till each morning will start with ones and fives. At the end of the day, we'd also like it to end with just ones and fives in it. So no twos, no change, no things like that. For the first weekend, it's more important to me that you're counting back correctly and getting used to counting back correctly. So it's okay if you focus on using your ones and fives. But as we progress in the season and you're feeling more comfortable, I'd really like it if you can start incorporating twos and different change like quarters and things like that people will give you into your counting back. But for now, let's focus on ones and fives. Counting back is pretty simple. It's just counting from the total cost of what your customer is getting up to the total bill amount that they gave you. So for example, if their total was 7 and they gave you a 20, you would count 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, and then count it to them. 'Twas 7 from your 20, 8, 9, 10, 15, and 20 thy change. It's very important that when we count back change, you do it twice, and you always do it twice. You do it once to yourself in your head, and then once out loud to our customer. This is important because it helps you double check your math. It makes sure that you're counting the correct change back. It makes it so they understand that they're getting the correct change, which is why it's very important to make sure that they can hear you and understand you. And lastly, every once in a while we have new bills in the till, and they do tend to stick together. So this does also make sure that you didn't accidentally grab an extra bill when you didn't mean to. So I'm going to show you another example, once again counting to myself and then counting out loud to the customer. Lord and lady, thy total was 21. 21 from thy 30. Thank thee. 2, 23, 24, 25, 30. And then to our customer, 'twas 21 from thy 30, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 30 thy change. Thank thee. Another thing that is important to know, all 20s need to go into our 20s boxes. Each booth has its own 20s box. When you're paid in a 20, they need to go in there. So let's show you what that would look like. Oh, my lord and lady, your total was 7. 7 from thy 20. Thank thee. 'Twas 7 from thy 20, 8, 9, 10, 15, and 20 thy change. Thank thee. Now I understand for some people, it's hard for them to count back change when they can't see the physical bill that they were given. So it's okay if you need to set it onto the side of the till, and then one of the best things to do if you're this kind of person is to, as you're calling the next customer, put it into your 20s box, because they need to go into the 20s box. So I'll show you an example of that. My lord and lady, thy total was 26. 26 from thy 30, thank thee. 27, 28, 29, 30. 'Twas 26 from thy 30, 27, 28, 29, and 30 thy change. Thank thee. Have a wondrous day. Might I serve the next? So it's pretty simple. Of course, if you have any questions, you can text me. I will do another example, and I'm going to count this time quietly in my head and then count my change out loud to you, my customer. Lord and lady, thy total is 17. 17 from thy 20. 'Twas 17 from thy 20. This makes 18, 19, and 20 thy change. Thank thee, my lord. Might I serve the next? Now, a lot of times people will pay in dollar coins or 50-cent coins, and that's okay. And like I said before, especially in the first weekend, it's okay if you end the day with some of those in your till. We'll focus on that more a little bit later. It's more important to me that you're giving back correct change, but as you get more comfortable, I would like it if everybody incorporated using those in giving back their change. People love to pay with dollar coins at Ren Fair. You'll see many people they go to the bank even to get rolls and rolls of dollar coins and 50-cent coins, and sometimes they get them from other shops around the fair. So you'll see that a lot. Also, if somebody tries to pay you in an actual roll of quarters, tell them they cannot do that, or that they have to count it in front of you. We do not accept pre-rolled coins because a lot of times they're off by like one or two, and I know people will say that, oh, I just got this from the bank, but even the bank sometimes makes mistakes. So we don't really accept just rolls of coins unless it's been counted out. Let's do one more example. My lord and lady, thy total was 31. 31 from thy 40. Was 31 from thy 40. This makes it 32, 33, 34, 35, and 40 thy change. Thank thee. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to text me. I will be focusing a lot on this the first weekend, so don't worry if this doesn't quite click right away just by watching a video. But I do want you to watch this and kind of try to get used to it and think about it a little bit, get it in your mind. And we will work on this a lot the first weekend. I'm very excited to see everyone. Don't worry if this seems a little bit tricky. It's a lot easier, I think, once you can do it in person. So if you happen to have bills at home and want to do some fake scenarios, I do think that's a very great idea. Something else to note is I will use the term funny money pretty often. And when I use that term, it is because I am talking about pennies, nickels, and dimes. I definitely towards the end of the season never want to see that at the end of the day in your till, but it's also important to know this term because we use it when you're helping straighten tips at the end of the day. I have a bag that's separate for funny money, so pennies, nickels, dimes, and then there'll be a separate bag that is for quarters and dollar coins and 50-cent pieces. So that's just something to keep in mind for when you're straightening tips and for later in the season, because I really don't like seeing funny money in the tills, especially towards the end of the season. But thank you all so much. I am very excited to see you all, and I hope everyone's been working on their huzzahs. And yeah, this was Counting Back. Please text me if you have any questions.